was indeed a clash of perspectives in full flight. Ben, armed with clarity and conviction, declared the dawn of a brighter, bolder UEFA era. With his commanding logic, he swept the judges into agreement. The new format is a step forward. Well, the judges, they listened. Some wanted more, but Ben did just enough. But let us not forget the effort of Peter, composed, articulate, and unyielding in his defense of tradition. His arguments were thoughtful, his delivery refined. He may have lost, but he did not lose his voice. Now the power is yours. If you believe Peter deserves another chance to speak, to rise, to conquer. If he deserves a second chance, buy him that ticket into the next round. Let not brilliance be silenced too soon. And now we move to something else, of brilliance, of passion, of new fire. He speaks with street smart swagger and a tongue sharpened by countless conversations. He's slim, the man with a message and no time for mediocrity. Facing him is a storm cloaked in elegance, a woman of wisdom, confidence, and clarity. She's Adeshola, the strategist in heels, whose arguments slice like satin over steel. And now, they have to live up to the hype. Welcome to battle number 14 in the series and battle number 2 of this 6th day of battle. I'm trying to recall my data to introduce these two individuals. At the end of this debate, there will be a decision to be made. The winner will pick a position for the which will likely also affect the previous debates. Okay, so we'll come to that later. But Lagos, Nigeria, and the whole wide world, if you're reaching us live on Facebook, live on YouTube, or live on radio, Nigeria Info 99.3 on the radio dial. It's Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook, and it's just Nigeria Info for the live stream on YouTube. Just get to our channel and search for the live stream. Thanks to our guys. Femi, the Pundit Taiwo, is ensuring you can see us and you can follow through. Tunde Abdul Salam, who takes some time off, will probably join us as we go today. And the guys working on the back end, Nicolo, Genevieve, Jeblings, Jesse, and all of that. Plenty of work to be done by eyes you do not see. Ayo, and all of them. Also remember, you can watch or listen to the live broadcast on our website. That's nigeriainfo.fm, www.nigeriainfo.fm. You can also get yourself our mobile app from your Play Store, whichever phone you use, Android or iOS, doesn't matter. So, let us now welcome two bright minds onto the debate stage. I talked about them earlier on, and I would introduce them now. In the blue corner, a data analyst, Barcelona fan globally, Eyimba fan locally. His friends call him Slim Boy. His full name, now what for me? We'll get his full name in a bit. But for the purpose of this debate, meet Slim, the rapid-fire realist. Loud, proud, and ready to dismantle sentiment with steel. And that's the part where you begin to say, speak on, Okorin, low down, Okorin. Welcome to Slim. How are you doing, Slim?
I'm doing very well, sir.
You're doing very well. Yeah. All this hype that I have to you, see how you are sounding.
I'm just trying to be relaxed, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to be here.
You're very excited to be here.
Looking forward to this opportunity, and I'm ready to go.
Okay. Tell the audience your full name.
Okay, my full names are Victor Chukwebuka Nwosu.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Victor Chukwebuka Nwosu. By the way, Nwosu is the surname. Chukwebuka is his middle name. He's Victor. We're calling him Slim because, again, we have one or two other Victors here to avoid a confusion. So we are going for his nickname. Time now to meet his opponent. And who will that be? She's an Arsenal fan globally, Remo Stars fan locally. She loves to bake. She loves to cook. She is a chef and a baker, and she loves Arsenal. In fact, on social media, they call her the Gunners chef. She counters with poise and poetic presence. She's the tactician in tune with the heartbeats of clubs and careers. Lagos. Her name is Adeshola Olubunmi Wahab. For this contest, we will know her by her first name, Adeshola. Welcome, Adeshola.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you. Bend that mic a little bit downwards. I know you are brief, but don't worry. Yeah, it was a very tall guy that sat there as well. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
He should bring it on, right? You are ready for him? All right. Let the battle begin. Kind of spirit I like. Is the influence of midfield maestros like Kevin De Bruyne being undervalued in a striker-obsessed era? Is the influence of midfield maestros being undervalued in a striker-obsessed era? Slim is the proposer, so he says, yes, they are being undervalued. Adeshola will say, no, they are not being undervalued. And this is why. You know the drill, two of you. Slim, where do you live?
I live at Agor Okota.
Agor Okota. Okay. That's good. How about you, Adeshola?
Lekki.
You stay
I stay in Lekki.
Lekki.
Yes, sir.
We are near neighbors. Fantastic. All right. So now we go into 3 rounds. The judges are The Voice, Tony, Overdose, and Queen Lizzie. They'll listen to your argument. They will score you on a round-by-round basis, and then we'll tabulate. Okay? If you win a round, they will give you 10. If you lost it, they will give you 9 or 8 or 7. If they perceive it was a draw, they will give you both 10-10. And at the end, we will do the math. If you fall tonight, the audience will still have to determine who to save between you Peter, who just lost his round. Are you ready? Are you ready? Good. Slim, you are the proposer, so you will go first. Once again, we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. We are live on Nigeria Info website, nigeriainfo.fm. We're live on the Nigeria Info mobile app. We're live on 99.3, live here on radio. We're live everywhere. You cannot miss this battle. And you can vote. By voting, you not only sponsor the debaters, the contestants, you also sponsor the contest. Fan Battle Season 4 is sponsored by the audience. The votes you are going to cast cost 500 naira per vote. You can vote as many times as possible for your favorite fan. But remember, every 500 naira you put into it is you sponsoring Fan Battle 4. That's where their prize money will come from. That's why, and all of that. Do you understand that? Okay, brilliant. So please remember, vote both to sponsor your favorite contestants and to sponsor the contest itself. I'm Femi The Gang, just delighted to be here. 2 minutes for the opening round of this first contest. Slim, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, sir.
Is the influence of midfield maestros like Kevin De Bruyne being undervalued in a striker-obsessed era? For 2 minutes, Slim will have us convinced it is. Your time starts right now.
Good day, everyone. So, it is very obvious that, in this era, this striker obsessed era, the influence of midfield maestros like Kevin De Bruyne has been highly undervalued and undermined. Let's start with goals. With the goals that made these strikers and attackers get these so-called headlines were created by these midfield maestros. Without the intelligence and the build-up play and the hold-up play of these midfield maestros, there would be no goals in the first place. So for me, I would say you can't eat when there is no chef. And in this case, the midfield maestros like Kevin De Bruyne are the chefs. In another, let's look at this other instance. In terms of stats, the stats favors the attackers highly, and looking at stats, it's kind of like it doesn't give us the full picture of the whole scenario. If you look deeply, you see that the play and the success of these so-called successful teams were highly based on these midfield maestros. Most of the tactics of the coaches were based around this midfielder. Let's look at Kevin De Bruyne, for instance. His influence in this Man City team is highly, it can't be overemphasized. But at the end of the day, strikers or attackers like Haaland, Aguero take the credit. Meanwhile, the main work, the architects of this glory and this success is from this midfield play, from these midfield maestros like Kevin De Bruyne and others like that. They are the architects of this team. They do a lot of work. They do their build-up play, their passing, their goal scoring. In a world of midfield maestros can exist without strikers, but strikers and attackers can never exist where they are midfield maestros.
All right.
Let's also look at.
All right. When the bell goes, when you start to hear the applause, round off what is. Can you hear? Yeah. Once it goes and you begin to hear the applause, round off. Don't introduce a new point. All right. We now go to his opponent, Adeshola, who will counter that argument. The Gunners chef. Is the influence of midfield maestros like Kevin De Bruyne being undervalued in a striker-obsessed era? You say no. For 2 minutes, convince us. Your time starts now.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and my fellow debater. So, according to the question, we say that the influence of midfield like the Kevin De Bruyne is being undervalued in the striker of such era. Okay, and as I said, I arise to firmly oppose the motion that the influence of Kevin De Bruyne is being undervalued in this era, in this striker era. On the contrary, David De Bruyne brilliance is not only acknowledged, it's celebrated, amplified, and highly reversed across the footballing world. First, let's talk recognition. KDB, Kevin De Bruyne has been named Premier League Players of the Season twice, which is 2019, 2020, and 2021-2022 season. Yeah, 2022 season, and PFA Team of the Year for Manchester City players. So, Players of the Year, and again a trophy voted on by fellow professionals. Secondly, let's talk numbers. Kevin De Bruyne has over 100 Premier League assists. Even with Kevin De Bruyne has Premier League assists, placing him fourth time above legends like Beckham and Rooney. Thierry Henry assist record in 20 matches.
All right.
My time is up.
Okay, your time is up. Your time is up. Okay. But you would have an opportunity in the banter round, which will start right now. The two of you get the chance to lay out your arguments. Are you ready, both of you? Slim, are you ready? Are you having a hard time? Is it too loud?
Yes,
it's too loud. All right, I'll reduce it here. Is it better? Okay. All right. So you have 5 minutes, both of you, and it starts right now.
Okay, so you made mention of the fact that KDB has been recognized as Premier League Player of the Year. I agree with you on that. But let's look at the global stage now. Let me give you an example. Let's go to the 2022-2023 season. In that season, Erling Haaland got 52 goals, and it was everywhere. You know, in awards, in the media, it was everywhere. In that same season, Kevin De Bruyne had 31 assists and 10 goals, which is almost similar to that number of 52 goals. And most of Haaland's goals was because of most of the assists from Kevin De Bruyne. But at the end of the day, when the nominations for the World Best Award came up, Kevin De Bruyne was nowhere to be found among the top 5 upon all his accolades in the Premier League. That is to show you that they have his duty as a midfielder has been highly undervalued in global football.
Let me tell you, in a football, when there's no midfield, like when there's no midfielders, a striker cannot just score on his own.
Yeah.
Through the midfielder, from the attackers to the midfielder and to the strikers. It's just that the midfielder are undervalued because the strikers are just overrated. They are just flashy. They are overrated. Let's look at like my team now, Arsenal. We don't have strikers. People say we don't have strikers, and Arteta decided to use midfielder, which is Mikel Merino, as a striker to be able to play as a striker. So if Merino is not there as a midfielder, he can't go and take goalkeeper, and he can't take Raya. He can't take somebody which is Saliba.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you on this. These midfield maestros have been highly undermined. I'm going to delve away from KDB for now. Let's look at other midfield maestros like Luka Modric or successful teams like Real Madrid that had Luka Modric and Cruz. No matter upon all the stats and everything that they had in that season, those teams were majorly successful because of what those players
Speaking
contributed
to the
in their
mic.
midfield, and because of and upon all the contributions they had, all the accolades still went to the major attackers like Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's look at Liverpool in 2019 when they conquered everything. It was mostly their success was mostly because of the contributions of midfielders like Fabinho and Thiago. But at the end of the day, all the accolades went to the striker.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's also look at the transfer market. Which players get the highest price tag? Is it not the attackers? Do you see attackers that have barely done much, but you see their price tags on over £100 million and dollars and euros?
That is why I said.
But you see players like Kevin De Bruyne that has given us over 20 assists for over 5 seasons now. His price tag has not gotten above.
Let me tell
70 million.
That's why I will still be saying it. As I'm saying, I will continue saying it that strikers are just overrated.
Okay, let's.
This is having a midfielder in your team. You just like, we want to cook now. You have a gas. You don't have a hose that can connect to your burner. How can you cook? You can't cook now. You can't cook. So
I still disagree with you. I still disagree with you. The midfield maestros are highly undermined because let's look at awards. Let's look at awards. Let's look at the media. Who do we see on the headlines all the time? Who are on the awards list? In 2019, when Barcelona conquered the world, it was usually because of the contributions of Xavi and Iniesta. But at the end of the day, who did all the accolades go to? Was it not Lionel Messi? Over the years, all the accolades have always gone to the attacker. So
yes.
There is not. To me, this is not even an argument.
To the attackers,
to me, this is not even an argument.
It will go to the attackers.
The midfield maestros have been usually undervalued because in today's football.
Never.
Okay, let's look at modern football tactics now. In modern football tactics, where we have the high pressing game and everything, this style of play is usually successful because of midfielders. It is usually successful because of the midfielders. But at the end of the day, the accolade goes to the strikers because they deliver the end product. People forget to look at who created these goals, who created this success for these teams, or this end product for these teams.
Even in Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes, is he a striker? He's not a striker now. Bruno Fernandes is not a striker. And even now, Manchester United no one wants him to go because they really need him in their team.
All right. Thank you very much. The banter round is now officially over between Slim and Adeshola. Well done, both of you. But you still get 2 minutes each to close your arguments. All right, Slim, are you ready to close your argument? I will reload the clock for 2 minutes for you. You will close your argument, after which Adeshola will do the same. Your time starts now.
Okay, midfield maestros like KDB and the rest of them, there are lots, but let's just look at KDB being the center of our focus. They are so influential in the game. To me, they are the most influential in the game. I don't want to talk about the goals of the strikers, because before you talk about the goals, you have to talk about who created them. The midfielders are highly influential. They do a lot of work. They link up play from defense to attack. They make decisive passes. Their hold up play decides the game. And after all these contributions to the game, they are always at the back seats in terms of award, in terms of media coverage, in terms of everything. They are always behind the scenes because the stats, the media, the awards doesn't favor them. So how do you tell me that they are not undervalued? How do you tell me that? When they are the center of the team, but yet they still give the accolades to the finisher, to the person that delivers the end product. I highly disagree with that, and I still stand my ground that midfield maestros like KDB have been undervalued in today's global football.
All right. Thank you very much. He rests his case. That was Slim. Slim has finished his 3 rounds. Adeshola will now finish our 3rd round, so that the cycle could be complete. Adeshola, are you ready for your 2 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. For 2 minutes, let's hear you one more time.
As I conclude, let's be clear that Kevin De Bruyne is not forgotten. He's not a forgotten hero in a strikers of this era. He is a celebrated icon. He's a celebrated icon in his own right. His influence is not undervalued. He's immortalized in records, reflected in trophies. Because without him, without a midfielder like him, there's no trophy for Man City. Nothing for them. I'm very sure of that. So, and respected by fans. Even when Man City did not have, when Kevin De Bruyne has injury, without him, Man City went down. They went down. So, I'm here to say that Kevin De Bruyne is not being undervalued. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause should be in order. Thank you very much. So this debate is finally over between Slim and Adeshola. It's time now to see how it goes, how the judges saw this battle and how they adjudged it. Well done. In the meantime, while not compulsory, is there any thought that any of the judges would like to share? Let me get your mic on, Diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel can't wait for you to finish. Really, every single time.
I always want to get it off my chest, because
if he thinks.
yeah. But again, I mean, I felt in terms of intensity, both contestants should have done more. I think it was just a family game. It was more like a family game of ping pong where you just carry the ball safely for the other person to actually return the serve and all that. But again, quite some intelligent points being made. But I thought for Slim, he should have come out with the fact that when you talk about the awards, he touched on it, but I mean, you Ballon d'Or, most of the time is usually the attackers that are favored. The only time a midfielder won it was when Luka Modric led Croatia to the World Cup final in 2018. And then of course you also have defenders, but most of the time is attackers. You should have given names: Ronaldo da Lima, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. I was thinking that you could have also given those examples. And of course for Adeshola, I also thought she would have buttressed the fact that Kevin De Bruyne has the most assists, not just for Man City, but in the Premier League. And of course, you look at the fact that even when he left Man City, they celebrated him. They gave him a send-forth. Pep Guardiola was crying. I mean, you should put all these things. When you talk about PFA Team of the Year, Kevin De Bruyne is always there. His contribution is flawless. You should have harped on it. But again, I mean, it's a contest. And like when Lizzie would say, it's not easy to argue, especially about anything. But kudos to the guys, and I've given Femi Daniels my score, but I just felt that both of them should have done better, especially in the banter. The banter, I would say it was a bit of a quandary, because on the one hand, they were giving each other, space to talk too much, and on the other hand, they were not just countering each other's points. It was just like, okay, let me your point, let me give. But I actually enjoyed the part where she said it's just like having a gas cooker. If you don't have the hose to connect the gas to the burner, you won't cook. And I think that was an intelligent point. But overall, I just feel that both contestants should have done more. So that's it.
Thank you very, very much, Tony.
Overdose. Tony, you called me Tony.
No, I said thank you very, very much, and then I moved to Tony.
I'm
tired of
hearing it. I thought you said thank you very much, Tony.
Very much.
Well, Femi, this is one of those battles, all right? The reality is the level of cohesion, the level of expression will not always be the same. All right, and there'll be battles where, the talents will slightly fall short of the rest. But the most important thing is to learn, all right, from the experience, and that going forward, the both of you have a lot to do in terms of self-development. All right, it's an encouragement from myself to the both of you in terms of how you express yourself. All right, how you speak, how you try to convince. You can go after this. You can go on to take personal classes. You can go on to take some developmental classes that will help you both, because it's a skill for survival. All right, it's a skill for survival. The ability to be expressive, to be able to share your points, to be heard, how you say it. So that's my first word to the both of you, that let this be something that will propel you to go back and invest. You know, I know Adeshola has a business that is thriving, and there's so much that you can do for yourself if you can talk about what you do. But in terms of the arguments, all right, first things first, nobody told me about the profile. Kevin, midfielders like Kevin De Bruyne. I expected a description of that, of his type of midfielder. It's the foundation. That's where you start to build. All right, because they're midfielders, they're defensive midfielders. You need to tell us that role. All right, versatile playmaker, attacking midfielders. The both of you built your argument a lot of times around just him. He's a reflective point. There are so many midfielders in that position that I expected you both to allude to. So I thought that the foundation was very, very weak for the arguments. Same as Adeshola, although she came through with some key points in terms of, I mean, when you mentioned Mikel Merino, who was trusted by his manager to play up front for us. I think that's a superb point. You can't say they're undervalued if, I mean, a club like Arsenal can trust Mikel Merino to lead the line, and he delivered in flying colors by his standards. But of course, I mean, you couldn't elucidate as much. Bruno Fernandes, you mentioned it, but then again, you struggle to foreground midfielders who have led their teams, who are leading their teams, who their teams depend upon. So, I mean, I can go on and talk about so many other things, but overall, the both of you have a lot of work to do. And like I always say, it's beyond the battle. Whoever progresses needs to go and prepare properly. I noticed Adeshola was also trying to read while blending it, but then again, she sort of struggled with the flow. So these things happen, but we're encouraging you that after this, you can go back home and work and try to improve. It's what I have advised people to do all my life. Improve yourself. If you know that you can be better, try, make efforts, because it could be what separates you between success and failure. All right, so well done, guys. We can do better. I would hold on to what you guys have given me for now and pass the baton to the queen.
Okay, well done. I always say well done regardless. And yes, like the voice has mentioned, Overdose has mentioned, it was a debate that was fraught with nerves, and you could hear it. So, and that was something I had in my head when I was listening to the point, because it's different if you're talking about whether we like it or not. We are all different when it comes to performing in certain stage, and for some of us it's our first time. And even if it's not your first time, I usually would say I'm a very shy, nervous person. People don't believe it, but I am. So when I see people with similar qualities, I can understand. There's something I mentioned this yesterday, and I said the voice also made allusions to it. When you say, when you, like in this topic, like Kevin, so the entire thing is not come tell us about Kevin or come tell us about Man City. There is depth and then there is breadth. The depth of this is a maestro. The breadth is midfielder. There's women's football. There is the Indian Super Cup. There is even our local leagues here. There's so many things you can come from. And we were talking about the Ballon d'Or. I remember Bon Marti won it in 2023, and she is a midfielder. So there is so much thing that you can look at. This is an example of what is this midfielder on this person's level? Because arguably most people will tell you that yes, Kelvin is a midfield maestro. Everybody knows that. But tell us more about other people. So it's important to think about it. Always think about a debate like that. What is the depth and what is the breadth? How far can I go? Because the farther you can go, the harder it is for your opponent to catch up with you. And everything Tony says really applies. It's not easy. I always say it's not easy to argue anything, especially on a stage like this, because you're aware we're all sitting down here looking at you. That can be nerve-wracking, because we're not just looking at you and listening to you. We're looking at you, we're looking at your points, we're looking at your composure, we're looking at all of these things. That in itself is pressure. And then there are people at home on the radio and social media, hundreds, thousands of people probably listening to you. That knowledge can be very daunting. So it's not easy, well done, but there's so much work that can be done for whoever is going to go forward. Because look at all of the opponents we've had. It's not going to be a walk in the park. But can you do it 100%? Absolutely. You can change the tides, just like in football. Your 5 goes down, you can come back again. So whatever it is, or the best of whoever makes it, or if somebody in this debate is kept by the audience, it means they believe in you, and do not take that belief for granted. Well done again. It's not easy, and I look forward to seeing you guys progress, not just on this stage but on other platforms, because coming here is acknowledgement of what you would like to do. So you've shown yourself that you believe in yourself. You can do even more with a lot of work. We all work hard to do the things we love to do.
All right, thank you very much. Are there comments that we can find on social media to share before we go into the results?
This one says, good afternoon, Mr. Femi, Mr. The Voice over Diesel, and Mrs. Leezy. Well, for me, just like Mr. Overdose, so you're Mr. Everywhere. like what's going on here?
Everybody take your own.
It says, this battle is like a family battle, just like Overdose said, but it was really interesting. For me, Slim will win. You guys are doing a great job. My name is Mike, texting from Abule Egba. Hi, Nigerian folk. My name is Damilare. I vote for Victor because he has good points. Says Oga Femi, thank you. So says, good job, Femi and the gang. God bless the initiators of this innovation. All right. Thank you very much as well. Let's see what's happening on YouTube. Don't forget, you can join us on YouTube. We want to feel your presence, and the only way we can do that is when you go on the live stream and you drop a message while you're watching. We'll love that. All right. This one says, Authentic Mike says, because she's an Arsenal chef alone means that she has qualified automatically. Jonathan Okunku says, the lady has points, but she's struggling to pull them out. I need her to put more effort on her expression and articulation. Well done, guys. Well, this battle is slightly below others, but the lady she's shy. Slim sounded unsure. Anyone who will progress needs a lot of work to be done going forward. I'm very intentional about the choice of words, even while reading your messages. That's right, because this is a training platform as well, and so we have to be intentional about encouraging, motivating them to do even better. Peter Nwojiji says, good afternoon, Fat G. The facts that both of them are not very expressive. I don't know who will go through though, but I will leave it for the panel to decide. Well done, guys. I think Arsenal chef is tense. Let the best debater go on to win. All right. Thank you very much for your messages. Keep them pouring in. WhatsApp 0809 597 5805. Femi, are you good?
Yeah. Decision time.
All right.
Just going to snatch your.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go straight into the this decision as it stands. All right, will I wait? Okay. All right, we have it now. All right.
Well, let's see if we can squeeze in this call, Femi.
Yes, most certainly.
All right,
Most
hello.
certainly.
Hello.
Hello, The Voice.
Yeah, you're welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, this is Yusuf from Sulere.
Yusuf?
Everyone in the studio.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. The two debaters in the studio, they are just like Man U and Tottenham Classic. The two of them not really perform well, but at the end of the day, one of them is going to win, and he still got sacked, just like the sack and the Postecoglou.
Wow.
The two of them did not really perform well. They are just like Man U and Tottenham Classic. But let's see what happens to the
All right, Yusuf. Thank you very much. Hello. Turn off your radio.
Sunday from Alakwere.
Today, let's go.
I really appreciate the two debaters.
All right.
It's not time to start making them feel like they've not done anything. To me, I enjoy them. It's like mother and father discussing the future of their children. So that's how I see it. I really enjoy it. Very matured. So it's not to now make them feel like they've not done anything. And the first debate, those ones, so matured. The four of them wonderfully performed. Me, I even like this second one. The way they were taking it. But the lady is like, she needs more energy because, like Mr. Femi said, we're not those people that will not let you talk come. Like somebody was saying yesterday that he will not let someone to talk because he learned what happened to him in the last edition. So the lady needs more energy.
Yeah.
But I like the way they did this family parlor meeting. That's what I would call the way they did their own debate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Emotional intelligence is a thing, huh?
Yep. Not a doubt.
All right, Femi.
All right. So here are the results. George Overdose scores it 10-10, 10-9, 10-9. First round is a draw. 10-9, 10-9. Advantage Sleep. George The Voice scores it 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. All in favor of Sleep. That is 30-27. Overdose has it at 30-28. George Queen Lizzie scores it 10-10 in the first round and 10-7, 10-7 in the two rounds that followed. So it's 30-24 for your winner by unanimous decision by 90 points to 79. Congratulations to you, Sleep. Well done, Sleep. You progress to the next round.
Thanks, sir.
But like you've heard, I'm sure you've been listening to the battle so far. I'm sure you've already seen some, you've heard some names you don't want to even face. Adeshola, you too, eh?
Yes.
And some people will be like, go for me. This guy, wahala. Both of you are obviously very gentle people, so you are easy, mellow going people. But I've seen easy, mellow. The first time I saw Prosper, whom you saw, I think, on day 2 or 3.
Yeah,
He was quiet and mellow. You know, somebody shook him. You know,
and then he became dangerous.
Some people are quiet, but they are also dangerous.
That's
So
right.
even when you are quiet, you need to learn danger. You need to learn to be dangerous. Okay. So Slim, Victor, Chukwebuka Nwosu, you progress. Data analyst, where do you work?
I'm a freelancer, sir.
You freelance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what? Businesses, corporate organizations,
Everything.
they engage you,
Yes, sir.
so you work freelance.
Yes, sir.
You have space in your office. I need to be a freelancer too. I need my freedom. I'm tired of overdose and the voice. But that's good. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. And how about you, the Ghana's chef, Adeshola?
Yes, sir.
If we want to book for cake,
Yes, sir.
so it's all things bakeable. That's you, right?
That's me.
And you say you're also a chef.
Yes, sir.
So you also cook.
Yes.
How do we book you? You have a contact point?
Yes, on Instagram. My business name is on Instagram.
Okay. The Ghana's chef. Oh, you have another business name. The one
Yes,
you use. Okay.
The one I use
Is what?
Sholibi's Kitchen.
Sholibi?
Sholibi's
Sholibi.
Yes.
Okay.
Spell.
The Sholi is with 2 L's or one?
SHAW
Okay. Okay.
LLYBSKITCHEN.
Okay. Sholibi's Kitchen.
Kitchen.
Nice
That's
one.
my business account.
Okay.
That's good.
Brilliant. And how about you? If people wanted to reach you for data analysis.
I'm on X
Okay.
__ Pope Victor.
__ Pope
Victor.
Victor.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, both of you. I would need you to draw one of these pieces of paper since you have qualified. Just draw any one at random and then give it to me. Okay, so give it to me. Thank you very much.
Okay.
This will what's going on? I'm struggling to get through the staple pin. The thing is breaking my nips. All right. Okay. So this draw, we'll try to figure out how the next battle will go. I don't want to say that. I think before we even do that, judges, you have to determine who of the two winners was the more impressive for you. Ben won his round.
Yeah.
And Slim has won his round.
Yeah.
But so far, this is Group G. Group G.
That's right.
So, who would you put at the top of the table of the two winners in Group G?
Ben.
Ben 3.
Ben for you.
Yeah.
Not,
Okay.
Not Ben 10. Ben 3.
Okay, he has 7. Queen Lizzie?
I'm also going to go with Ben.
Ben.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Ben would have left the building or so. It's okay even if he has left the building. So what we will do, I would have liked him to be here for the draw. Anyway, yeah, we'll just see if he's in the building. I'd want him to be a part of this draw. Okay. No, it looks like he's not here. So top dog from Group G would be Ben. So I will have Ben here. So meaning you will be the second best. You'll be number 2.
Okay.
I think he said Ben is coming. I don't know.
Ben is coming. Okay. Thank you. You have done your part. When Ben comes in, he will choose the position because this is for Ben's contest.
Okay.
The contest you would be a part of will be decided later tonight. So if you listen, we will know. Lagos, we'll take a break. When we come back from off this break, we'll get set for the third battle of the evening. Stay with us.
Benny can serve you the way we do.
We go all
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.